But everybody, very exciting. My first guest is regarded as one of the most gifted actors in the world, and over the last few years has starred in the X-Men films and, of course, is Gandalf in the Lord of the Rings movies, the third installment of which is now the #1 movie in the world. Please welcome Ian McKellen. Wow. Thank you for being here.
Well, I'm awfully glad I wasn't with you yesterday. That looks a dreadful party you had.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm never doing that again. I'm never hanging out with those horrible people. How does it now, in England, the day after Christmas has a name, doesn't it?
Boxing Day.
Boxing Day.
Yeah.
I've never understood. I used to, when I was a kid, I thought everyone fought each other on that day, but that's not what it is.
Well, it's a big sports day, actually. St. Stephen was the patron saint of horses. So the horse races and so on, but I don't think boxing. No, I think the boxes were what the rich people put the remains of their Christmas dinner in and then gave it to the servants on Boxing Day.
That's the tradition, right. They called it Boxing Day because they would give what was left over to the servants on that day.
But it's nice because it's a bank holiday, so we get 2 days off. But you work on St. Stephen's Day. Here we are, working on
Yes, exactly, yes. I'm not going to take the day after Christmas off. I'm going to work on that day.
Well, here you are,
now, everyone keep quiet, all right? What I do with my private life is my business. Elijah Wood was here the other day, and terrific guy, as you know, and I'm talking to him, and I told him, and this is true, I love the Lord of the Rings movies, even though I don't always know what the hell is going on. And I think that's the experience, because they're visually so powerful and the acting is so terrific that it draws you in, but there are moments in these films where people are saying, we must get down to Nardiar, to Borndar, and steal the giggle pudding, and I'm just, you know, I'm there, I'm just, let's go.
And you went to Harvard,
Yeah, well, no. I was asked to leave, yeah. I know there's not a giggle pudding. That comes later in the fourth installment.
The reputation of Lord of the Rings, the book, was made on the campuses of North America, obviously not at your university, apparently, but I know what you mean. It is a bit difficult. And when we filmed the whole trilogy as one long movie down in New Zealand over a year and a half, and I must say, it wasn't until I actually saw the third movie that I knew exactly what was going on. But the second time round, I thought it was
There must have been times where you were acting in a scene and you were thinking to yourself, I don't know exactly why we're doing this again.
Actually, the very first day I was shooting, I did the very first scene for Gandalf the Grey when he arrives in Hobbiton on board his horse and cart, and I knew where I was because it was the very first scene. The second day of shooting, we went back to Wellington to the studio, and I did the very, very last scene of the third movie, saying goodbye to 4 hobbits who I'd never met before in my life. So when you see the movie and you see that rather serene, blank look on my face, it's because I haven't a clue what's going on.
That's incredible. I mean, they do shoot movies out of sequence, but to shoot a 3-part trilogy that much out of sequence is insane.
It's something to do with Kate Blanchett's availability, I think.
Well, she's very powerful, yeah. So that's interesting. So that's real acting, then, when you had to sum it up. This has been all these adventures I've had with these hobbits that I haven't really even had yet.
Acting, that's what I do.
Very good, yes, I know that. I deserve that. I deserve that. Happy Boxing Day for me. Now, no one has really talked about this, but it's something I've noticed, and some of the other people who are big fans of these movies here have noticed, that all the characters are constantly smoking.
I know.
Gandalf smokes, all the different hobbits are smoking.
The most popular movie in the world, and all the main characters smoke. I mean, not just the old guys, but the hobbits smoke as well. And there's a very touching scene when Merry is saying goodbye to Pippin, he thinks for the last time, and he says, here you are, here's the last of the long bottom leaf, which is the name of the weed that they're smoking, and off he goes.
Let's talk about that, yeah.
Well, what were they actually packing into their pipes? Well,
right.
I don't know. Tolkien was a great pipe smoker, so it's probably innocent nicotine, but...
Although it could, if it wasn't, it could explain that all of this is in their minds.
Exactly, which is why you don't understand it.
Yeah, that there's no Mordor or anything. They're just all sitting around and it's happening in their minds.
Obviously, the best way to enjoy Lord of the Rings is to have a smoke first, if not during it.
Probably, yeah. Of something legal, exactly. I have to keep the order here because they look up to me. Oh, wait, no, they don't. Now, you just did a premiere in London, and I'm told that, of course, there's usually a lot of excitement about a premiere, but this was off the charts hysteria.
We started off in Wellington, in New Zealand, where half the city came out into the streets. It was sensational. I thought nothing could top that. Then it was huge in LA, and then Berlin, massive, and then London. And Leicester Square, right in the centre of London, was packed with people. I took 3 great nephews and nieces with me. We got out of the car. I've never heard a noise like it. It was like the Beatles or something. Screams. So old Shoff went down and met as many people as I could. There was meant to be 20,000 people there, signing autographs and so on, for about an hour, and then photographs, you know, and then talking to the media. And finally I said, look, we've got to get inside the cinema. There's enough of this. So deafened and blinded, I went to the door of the cinema, and the guy said, excuse me, have you got a ticket? Well, I did, actually. It was in my pocket, but I didn't realise it. So I said, no, I'm sorry, I don't. He said, well, you can't come in, can you? I said, well, I think I'm expected on stage with the director. I'm in the movie, you know. He said, well, anyone could say that, couldn't they?
Oh, my God.
I said, you don't know who I am, do I? He said, so, no, I don't. So I turned to the crowd of 10,000, 20,000 people, and I said, and waved, and they all said, Ian! I said, well, they know who I am.
You could have summoned them as an army. Come, follow me.
Well, Gandalf could. I don't know.
Well, I think you could. I think.
But that brings you down to earth nicely with a bump, and you realise that you've had your 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah, I think you're doing slightly better than that.
15 days, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of Gandalf, people, this character means a lot, I think, to people. And have you had the experience where hardcore fans are treating you as Gandalf?
Well, yeah, quite old people bring forward their young children as if to meet me, and the kids look up to my face and think, well, what on earth they're saying hello to a strange man for? And I have to explain that I'm not really Gandalf. Right. I'm like Father Christmas in the shops, you know, the real Gandalf is somewhere else. I'm just his representative. But there was a woman the other day, she said, will you sign this? And she said, will you sign it as Gandalf? Well, I said, Gandalf doesn't give his autograph to anybody, so... She said, oh, go on. I said, look, Gandalf isn't here, actually. It's only me. You can have mine. Oh, she said, go on, please sign it as Gandalf. And I said, woman, Gandalf doesn't exist. And she started to cry, and I thought, oh, I nearly relented, but no, you couldn't sign as Gandalf, could you?
Well, you could, and maybe you could.
And he does exist, of course. He's just not around.
He's just not around right now.
He's immortal.
He's immortal.
But I tell you, to play someone who is... He is.
I'm getting scared now.
No, he is. Conan, you haven't seen the movies, have you?
Oh, yes, I have.
Are you sure?
Oh, yes, I have. I haven't seen the third one. I've seen 1 and 2 like 5 times.
It's all explained in the third movie. It's all explained.
Well, I was a little. I mean, at the end of the first one, I thought that we weren't going to be. I mean, I hadn't read the book, so I thought we weren't going to see Gandalf again. So I was very happy that he returns.
Yes. And he's back in the third movie. Yeah.
Oh yes. Well, I know, and that's why you're here right now.
I know. I'm trying.
It'd be funny if you were here talking up the movie and you're not in it. No, I just thought I'd come by.
I'm trying to drum up business for this movie, you know, which no one's going to see.
Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. No. What was they just had the releases for how well the movie did over the weekend.
$250 million.
Of $1 billion.
Worldwide, yeah.
That's $250 million.
And 5% of that's looking pretty good.
5%?
Yeah. Oh, that's what Harvey Weinstein gets.
Oh, that's what he gets. I was going to say, you could have a gold robot come out and carry you away right now. We have a clip here from the movie. Yes, we do. And
let's see if we can understand it together, shall we?
Yeah, I'm very stupid, so talk me through slowly. Do you know what which clip this is?
I bet Gandalf's smoking in it.
I think he probably is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's talking to another actor who's kneeling down to make himself look small. You have a look.
Let's take a look at this. That's a very original setup for a clip. This clip from The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King.
It's so quiet.
It's the deep breath before the plunge.
I don't want to be in a battle. But waiting on the edge of one I can't escape is even worse. Is there any hope, Gandalf, for Frodo and Sam?
There never was much hope. Just a fool's hope.
That's such a great character.
You can tell he's kneeling down, though, can't you?
Well, no, he's kneeling down because they have to appear. I mean, but it's such an expensive movie and such special effects that they're actually just having people kneel, you'd think.
Exactly.
You'd think they could do something much cooler than that.
Otherwise, you'd never get to work with the other actor. You'd always be working with a small double or something, or some digitalized figure.
Right. So whenever they can, they just literally have someone kneel. Oh. Wow. That's simple. Chance that you will do, I know this is switching to another incredibly popular genre and series that you work on, but another X-Men. Is there going to be an X-Men 3?
Well, I certainly hope so, and I saw X-Men 2 the other day. They sent me the DVD. I hadn't seen it, so I sent...
Wait, you hadn't seen it, really?
Well, I didn't think it was going to be much good, but I was wrong. It was terrific. So I sent an email to Bryan Singer, the director, and said it was great. There's going to be a third movie, and he said he thought there might be, and could I get him a ticket for the opening of Lord of the Rings? So I got him 6 tickets. So I guess I'm going to be in X-Men 3 when it happens.
Wow, you've, I don't know, it's, you've got so many amazing films that you can be part of. It's incredible.
But isn't it lovely happening at this time of life, you know? It's 64, will you still love me? Will you still need me when I'm 64?
The answer to both is clearly yes.
Thank
yes.
you very much.
We do need you, we do love you. The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King is in theaters now, and, you know, it really is an honor every time you're here. Thank you so much for being here. Always good to have you. Ian McKellen, Petra Nemkova is coming to take a break. We'll be right back.